We've been tracking some widespread showers in mid-Missouri, and we're going to see some chances of some isolated storms as we head off into the evening hours. Now, currently taking a look at the ABC 17 Storm Track Future Track, we're seeing an initial line of showers that is continuing to push off to the north and east as we head off into the early afternoon hours. Eventually going to be exiting mid-Missouri, but we start to get into the early evening hours. That's where we're going to see one or two isolated pop-up storms. Main risk with this going to be the possibility of seeing some stronger winds. Now, this will continue into the early overnight hours where it'll eventually start to clear out to the east, so we will see a little bit of a lull until we get off into Wednesday morning. We're going to be tracking a cold front off to the north and west by about 6 a.m. That'll move back into mid-Missouri. 8 a.m. looking pretty widespread. With this, going to see some more downpours and the chances for some stronger winds once again. So you could hear some rumbles of thunder. Just be aware. Now, this system will continue to push off to the south and east, and pretty much afternoon tomorrow, we're going to be looking pretty dry. A lot of that cloud cover going to be dissipating as it moves off to the south and east, and those cold front going to be bringing winds back out of the north and west, so that's going to help us with a cool down for our temperatures as we remain a lot drier than what we've been seeing here in mid-Missouri. Now, threat levels as we head off into Wednesday, a lot of that has pushed off to the south and east, so we're actually going to be looking pretty clear just because there's not going to be energy in the environment to really feed off of. Now, as we look through today afternoon with the temperatures, by 3 p.m., picking the kids up from the bus stop, going to be looking at 72 degrees. We continue that trend into the 70s until the sun starts to set. Won't be able to really see it with that cloud cover, but we still continue to cool down into the mid-60s, eventually going to be reaching the upper 50s for tonight's overnight low. So the next few mornings, going to see a change in those temperatures. Going to want to have extra layering, especially Thursday morning. Overnight low of 45 degrees will lead to a cooler morning on Thursday morning. But as we head off into Friday, going to track temperatures back into the early 30s starting off the morning. So going to want to have extra layering and move those plants back inside if you're letting them outside to soak just a tad bit, because could risk the chance of seeing some frost, which could lead to those plants dying. Now, take a look at the drought monitor. Much of mid-Missouri is still seeing some severe to extreme drought. Now, the rainfall we're seeing today will help in any way possible, but still not going to be enough to really get us to where we need to be out in mid-Missouri. Taking a look at the extended 6 to 10 day away temperature outlook, much of the eastern half of the United States still seeing cooler than average trends. So we're going to be predicting winds coming back from the north once again as we head off into next week. So we're looking at cooler temperatures, so it might be time to go ahead and get out all those hoodies and maybe even some light coats, because we're starting to look at cooler temperatures, especially getting later into October. Now, if you're going to be out and about Friday night for the ABC 17 Sports Zone game of the week, definitely going to want to have a hoodie on and maybe even a light jacket. Get some hot chocolate at the stands because temperatures going back into the 50s by time for game. Then we head off into the weekend. Saturday, going to track some chances of some isolated showers, but after that, looking dry with highs back into the mid-60s.